Sometimes you wanna, sometimes you wanna hide away. You know who I am. I am Yo Baggy. I am a 22-year-old day trader that's documenting a journey every step of the way that I am living proof if you guys keep God first and follow your system. Alright. I had work like crazy last night. Got in around like 4 a.m. Weekends are pretty tough. Friday, Saturday, Sunday for me because that's when I work kind of a little bit heavy at nighttime. But hey, we still got to put in work. We still got to go conquer the day. We still got to get 1% better. Alright. But I do have to go to my brother's jamboree today for football. You know, be there for a couple hours. Probably show you guys some clips in this video and then come back, put in the work, got a back test, and then we are having a discussion with the team, our open discussion where everybody can add to their bags, you know, in order to give out game, give out value. And I'm telling you, guys want to join the free Discord, is the link in the bio. Come join it. If you guys trying to do one-on-ones, I got you guys all for free ski. But besides that, I'm finna get ready, finna put on some outfit, do my thing. Look at that. Come on, man. Let's go conquer the day. Get to work. Alright then, y'all, we made it back home safely. My brother jamboree took forever, took all morning, afternoon. But just to talk about that, I told my Instagram story that I didn't post yesterday, and I felt like this alright. I'm like, damn. Like, it was bothering me because I told myself I want these goals. I told myself I want to be a certain trader or a certain person, or I want to have this lifestyle. But if I'm not stacking days, it don't matter if I don't feel like showing up. I still need to be able to do it. And it seemed like yesterday I didn't want to show up at all. Alright, I didn't get 1% better at all. But that's just me holding myself to the standard that I set within my system. A plan that you need to ingrain in order to help you become the trader that you need to be. Okay, your system needs to sit and fit on things that you're uncomfortable with. Okay, that's what's going to make you grow, make you prosper in trading, is to go against your human nature. That's what you're used to. Build a system around that in order for you to strive and gain. I understand that it may seem cliche. I understand that you may not get it, but I'm saying in order for you to be where you want to be, that's the system that you need to do. Okay, and you need to have the system where you can't live without. Okay, I have to post every single day. I have to write on my calendar every single day. I have to write in my journal. I have to do certain things in my life in order for me to keep on going, for me to keep on striving, for me to understand what's the end goal. And the end goal is freedom, and that's what I'm chasing. But overall, we're finna jump into these markets, show you guys a little my thought process and my setup and how I look at in the markets in order for you guys to help. All right. So yeah, we're gonna give a little breakdown. Basically, you guys a weekly or even a couple of days of what happened last week. Last week was a little iffy, but hey, no excuses. We're gonna show up, get 1% better, and then later we're gonna get with the team. All right, but let's get to it. Now, I like to jump into the trade. I like to start on a daily time frame. Okay, a daily time frame is the bread and butter to me. It gives you the zoom out picture of what you can see inside the picture. Okay, and this is roughly what I'm seeing. Okay, I like to start on the daily time frame. Okay, in order to get my bias. Okay, and then the confluences that I have is a 4-hour gap, my fib tool, what happened during the Asia highs, Asia lows, seeing what London is doing because that's also very important. And then I use the previous day highs and lows in order to get my drawing liquidity, in order for I anticipate where price is going. And I use a 1-hour gap as well. And I also use the 30-minute as entry. Okay. So roughly a 4-hour gap, a fib, Asia highs, Asia lows, London highs, previous day highs and lows, and a 1-hour gap. All right, multiple confluences for me to even enter a trade, which is on the 30-minute. Okay, this is the confluences. All right, this is my fib. Okay. All right, I have a continuation, which is this one, and then I have a equilibrium. All right, remember, above is the premium and below is a discount. Okay, the discount, you're looking for some type of longs, and premium, you're looking for some type of sells, but that is only the fibs that I have. Okay, So with the knowledge that you guys see here, I'm going to show you what I did this week. Okay. And I want to show you my journal. I want to show you my journal first because I'm very transparent in telling people this. Okay. Your boy's been getting taxed all month. Okay. This is like a while back. All right. So I took a W. I took a W on Monday. I took a loss on Tuesday. I don't trade Wednesdays. I took a loss on Thursdays. And I took a W on Wednesdays. The month of August, I've been getting taxed, right? 2 out of 4 trades or 2 out of 6 trades. Y'all do the math. That's like garbage. But hey, I'm up an account on my XFA account. That's all that matters. 11th. Was that the 11th? Yes, it was. All right. We will be looking on what happened Friday. So Friday had closed out bullish. So I'm looking for some type of longs here on this Monday. I scaled down to a 4-hour. A 4-hour is going to tell me my previous day highs and previous day lows. I know it don't make sense, but stay with me because with the previous day highs and lows, I like to look at the big 4-hour swing. So in this case, this will be the swing. Okay. Oh, this is Friday. I am tripping. Okay. So in this case, this is Friday. So the swing will be up here, bow. Okay. So I will mark this as a previous day high. And then I'll mark this one as a previous day low. Okay. On this 4-hour, you can see that we had this 4-hour gap. Usually that 4-hour gap is roughly a 2 o'clock candle or the 6 a.m. candle because remember, this is a 4-hour. So it takes 4 hours for this candle to make it. So in the 6 o'clock candle or the 6 a.m. candle, that's when the 9:30 when the market is opening. So this will be roughly that gap. Remember, and with these fair value gaps, we are anticipating, okay, because in this case, say this is a candle, this is the 6 a.m. one, and an example that I'm showing you guys is a 4-hour gap, okay. Price is going down or wherever it's going, but in this case, okay, in this example, the price is going down, okay. So we want price to respect this area for us to enter a trade or for us to have this as a confluence. See if we're respecting this key level for it to continue pushing down. That could be used as a 9:30 open or the 10 o'clock push. Because remember, when a candle is being formed, it likes to manipulate first, right? So why not catch the manipulation while you're in the trade with that 4-hour push? All right. But overall, you guys can see that we had this 4-hour gap. Okay. Price has shot back down or shot down that 9:30. And I remember this very vividly because I felt like I missed my trade. But price has shot down with this 9:30 and it came back for retracement with this 4-hour gap. Okay. 4-hour gap. I understand that's only one confluence. But remember, we swept out these previous day highs. That's also a confluence because we could anticipate that price is going to go to another previous day lows. Okay, that's 1. 2, the 4-hour gap. And we can also draw our fear from this swing high into where that market pushed back down. And you guys can see that we were in a continuation area with a 4-hour gap on top of a 1-hour fair value gap. So we had a sweep of liquidity on our previous day highs and lows. We have a 4-hour gap. We have a 1-hour gap to see if price has to run through that. So it has to run through a higher time frame fair value gap. And then the hourly. And then we have a continuation on fib. And if you guys could look at it with the market session, we swept out the Asia highs. That's 5 confluences for this to be a high probability trade and to take these shorts. Okay. With me, I like to have a 50-point stop loss. You guys could add a 50-point stop loss and be good. The max I would do is a 70-point stop loss. You still would have been good. All right. And I'm breaking even at a 1-to-1. Okay. W short ideas. All right. My bad for stop. All right. I have a lot of going on. People coming in and out. People playing music. But I'm still going to do what I need to do. All right. I'm not going to let that stop me. Okay. So with the market sessions. All right. These London highs are the previous day highs. And then right here are the previous day lows. Okay. So this Wednesday. All right. You guys can see we have this push up on this 1 o'clock. It should be at 2 o'clock. And then we have this 6 a.m. here as well. So we want to mark out this 6 a.m. because we already closed above previous day highs and lows. So this is also anticipating that price is going to continue going up because we can also use these previous day highs or lows if we close, or we can also use that as a respected area. All right, that's what I also use as well. So when I mean respected area, if price came up, it can respect these previous day highs and then push up, and then vice versa. If price has shot down lower and it closed, we can use these previous day lows and for it to continue going higher. All right, but in this case, we closed above the previous day highs, and then we had this 4-hour gap here. Okay, you scale down to a 1 hour, and let's see. Okay, we have mark out our fib tool from these lows to these highs. Okay, because this is this 9 o'clock push. We had this 1 hour gap. We had a 4-hour gap on top of each other. Mind you, our bias is bullish. You could have waited. See, that's one thing with me that I need to work on is I like to wait for a fair value gap fill, meaning that price will come here, fill this whole gap in for me to catch a better entry. But you guys can see that this is also another high probability trade to take longs, because remember, our bias is longs, probably max of 70. All right, you still would have had it smacked. But remember, our bias was longs. We had a 4-hour gap that price had to run through with a 1 hour gap, and then we had a continuation area with the fib tool. All right, and we closed above the previous day high. So that's also gives us indication that price is going to continue rising. In this case, that would have been 2 bigger trades, but hey, but yeah, this is my system I do. This is only 2 examples, and I'm saying I've been getting taxed all week, but I can sit here and I can draw up this because it's already been played out. But this is just my thought process in all this. All right, I'll only have about 5 confluences, or roughly 4. If I am 2 out of 4 of my confluences, bro, that's already a 50%. Already 50%. If I'm got 3 out of 4, 75%. If I do 4 out of 4, that's 100%. That's high probability trades I take. If I only have 1 confluence, I'm not taking that trade at all. Like I said, I can sit here and I can map it up. I can make the ideal trade to convince that I'm eating in these markets, but getting taxed. You all can see on Tuesday, I got taxed. Thursday, I got taxed. Monday, I took a W, a very significant W. Tuesday, loss. Wednesday, I don't trade at all. Thursday, loss. Wednesday, I made back all my losers plus some, gang. That's what I'm saying. I could sit here and write this. Actually, let me switch the camera to the camera. But like what I was saying in the last clip game, I could draw up these perfect trades from previous and make it seem like I'm catching these bulls. But bro, I'm really getting burnt. All right, I'm just doing the same thing I'm doing every single day. I have a system in place. I have confluence in place. I have rules in place. I have a strategy in place that I'm following every single day. And I know if I go against it, I'm going to get got. It may not be that day. It may not be that week. It may not be that month. But eventually, I'm going to get got. Everybody has their times. I'm telling you, the minute you break your rules, you have your time. But I'm telling you this and showing you this because this is my thought process in getting a trade. Sometimes I may be hesitant, not because I don't trust my strategy. It's because I think of, is this going to be the perfect entry, or is this the entry that's going to take me all the way, or is this the trade? That is my thought process in it, because it is the entry areas that I'm trying to master. I already mastered the detached for money. I already mastered of me making my system and slowly making it better from hearing other people add and what other people say in these open discussions that I have on Sundays or throughout the week. Me just seeing it, you know, etc. Me adding to my rules, me taking away from my rules, etc. But it's certain things like my entries that I need to be able to still master and still understand. Like, okay, now, Baggy, now. Okay, because I'll be a fraud if I tell you, bro, I'm taking these W trades. Like, come on, gang. That is going to be the video for today. Remember, keep God first. And I'm telling you, things will happen. You have to start something so he'll be able to bless something. If you're just sitting around, what is there for him to bless if you just waiting for him to be like, here you go. All right. Besides that, if you want to trade with me, just come join the print team. We're live every single day. We have open discussions on Sundays. Remember, stay up, stay blessed. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Let's get to it.